What's going on, friends? Today I'm going to show you the easiest way, and for me the funnest way, to catch fish on the jetty. Now this requires sabiki rigs. You've seen us use sabiki rigs before. This time we're doing something a little bit different. We're fishing all this rocky structure right here. It's got a bunch of fish hiding in the rocks, and we're basically just throwing these little sabikis hooked up with our squid and see what we catch. I've been using the sabiki rig since basically I was a kid. This is me and my dad's favorite rig to use, simply because it catches so many fish and it's really easy, really fun. This is a great rig to use if you're teaching a kid how to fish, or you're taking a kid to fish, because it's a lot of action with this rig. All you gotta do is basically learn how to work it, learn where to throw it, and keep in mind this rig is a very versatile rig. It can work many different places. This is actually meant for offshore, but a lot of times I thought I saw a lot of fish swimming around right there. Caught fish off of piers, off of jetty, off of beach with this very rig right here. Fishing it different ways. So it comes like this. It comes in a packet like this. You see the swivel up top? Yeah. You just pull the swivel. And they start to come out. See that? And I'm only gonna use 3 hooks, like I said before. 3 hooks because too much tangle. I don't want to have to manage 6 hooks at a time. I literally just bite it off and then I tie it onto my main line right here. I'm currently using a pretty light setup. You guys have seen me use the Cast King Kodiak before. This is what I've been using for my light setup reel, with 15-pound line. Sabiki rig can be used on a variety of different setups. I've used it on my surf rod many times before with bigger hooks, casting it way out there, working it back. Lots of fish that way too. But today we're really gonna focus on this little micro fishing right here. Catching little fish with my dad, passing the time until the tide comes by. Instead of leaving to go home when the fish die down, throw on a sabiki rig and try messing around with some little fish. So these I have cut from the body pieces, the chunk pieces. And when I say body, I'm referring to the mantle of the squid, the big body part of it with the little wings on the top. You know what I'm talking about? We cut and trim those, gut them, salt them, and then I cut them into little strips like this. The chunks that we have available are thicker than this, but you can cut it down to this size for small bait fish. But small bait fish have been killing the squid. And the squid is really doing its job because it's really tough. It stays on the hook for frickin' ever. And look at how much you have to use. Ready? This is all you need to use. Pretty much it. Leave a little tag end so it goes with the current. It'll flap in the current. That's all you really need. So a pack of this squid will actually last you a while, a good while. If you're going bait fishing, really good for bait fishing. And right now we're kind of just killing time between tides. It's complete slack right now. Bite has turned off, but there's a bunch of little fish I see swarming around here. And this is a great way to introduce someone to fishing, or if you haven't fished before, this is a great method to start fishing. Because it's really simple, really fun, non-stop action, and it's important for a beginner to have success when they're fishing. Otherwise, a lot of people give up. So when you're taking a beginner, especially kids, it's important. It's really important that they start catching some fish. Doesn't matter, they don't need to catch some big fish. Little fish. Kids are fascinated by little fish. I don't know why. So there's my little setup. Perfect. So we've got, these are all bodies right here. Let me show you. They're all packaged with salt so that they stay preserved. You don't have to worry about them getting bad, turning bad. They'll stay like this for a long time. It comes with 4 ounces of it. But we've also got, and this is our new stuff right here, the Super Salty Tentacles, which comes with an entire set of tentacles. Look at that. Look at that. These go really well on a bucktail, really well on a jig head. For freshwater, you can put this on a spinner bait, you can put this on a skirted jig. This is a very, very versatile bait. I haven't seen anyone really use much of this before, but I'm gonna change that. This is a really great, fantastic, versatile bait to use, and I'm still discovering all the different functions it has. Both of these are available in our store. If you're a beginner at fishing and you don't want to waste time, get a couple of bags of this. Get yourself one of our Jetty kits. We've got plenty of stuff. We've got plenty of stuff to help beginner fishermen. Guys, listen, this is our goal. Aaron and I are kind of on a mission to help as many beginner fishermen and as many fishermen as possible get on fish and experience nature in our favorite way. So check out our store if you need any more help. Let's get to some fishing. Look at all that structure. This is gonna be fun. So I'm looking at a bunch of this rocky structure here, but in between some of the rocks I see like holes. And what I'm doing is I'm dropping my rig in one of these holes. Meanwhile, I'm feeling the line the whole time. I don't want to lose track of where my line is. That's how you get it tangled. Ah! It's non-stop action. I love it. Okay, it's in the hole. Getting bites. Ah, and I'm missing bites. Two.
Whoa.
Two at a time. I knew I was feeling something in that hole. Nice. Come here, look at his teeth.
Okay. Hold on.
My fish experts, let's see if you guys can identify this fish. Guess in the comments below. Now the fun part about fishing the rocks is a lot of these rockfish know how to work the rocks. When you hook a fish, they'll run deep into a rock and snag you up. That's the frustrating part. What you gotta do is when you set the hook, bring the tip up and start reeling quick. You don't wanna play around with it when it's hanging around the rocks because it'll be able to tangle you up really quickly. Did I lose my sinker?
What's happening?
So I got a bite and I set the hook, but the fish had run into the rock already. So I snagged and snapped my line. So
it happened.
It happened. You think there's any bigger ones in there? Yeah? So my dad is using bigger hooks, so he can use bigger bait for bigger fish. I'm using little tiny hooks so I can catch more fish. I think catching more fish is funner than catching one big fish. He's getting a lot of bites and missing a lot of bites. Whoa! They stopped biting. They stopped biting.
Even these little fish?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it just the tide?
I'm not sure. I'll move. And there you have it. A really simple way to start catching fish at the jetty. Use a sabiki rig, use a salt squid, look for little holes, throw your sabiki in there, try not to get stuck. It's a great time. If you have kids that you want to take fishing or you have kids that you want to get into fishing, start them with something simple like this, something easy, something quick, something with a lot of action. And the same goes for girlfriends, wives, significant others. If you want to get them into fishing, get them on some success first. And that'll plant the seed, the fishing seed I think fishing is great because it really helps me de-stress. It really helps me get away from the world. It helps me focus in on my own self and just me versus nature. If anybody needs more help, we've got our Senko Skipper store available in the link in the description below. We've got salty tentacles, salty chunks, a mixed bag, surf kits, jetty kits, all sorts of things to help beginners get on fish. If you're going to the beach, pier, or jetty soon, I recommend you check out our store, pick up some stuff. It'll really help you out. Thank you guys for watching.